there you go. Excellent. I should I know your name?
Me.
That'd be a good start. Okay.
You see, no, which one do you didn't?
I don't spelling.
I told you which one do you.
Huh?
No, he didn't spell it.
Oh, Brian?
Yeah, I think he
Okay.
sent it out.
Good.
Okay, so our friends at the Department of Youth and Community Development are offering us $76,000 to support 15 students, 18 to 24, who have already been recruited.
That or has to be specifically internship, or is work experience a little bit more?
I think it's probably, that's a good question.
Okay.
Yeah, I think and they have up to 90 additional hours that the students will be compensated for training. The training includes workforce readiness skills training, also, but we also thought, the existing curriculum for career discovery. So we integrating those students into career discovery. Experience as much as we can, or duplicating this experience with these students. Training.
All right.
And the cadence has to be training and then work experience, or can the work experience happen in any part of the time, any point in time?
I'm not getting that this is going to be very. I think it's going to be the most flexible kind of experience. One is we're not a direct contract, we're a subcontract. So all that staffing stuff that we're looking at in the training and earn proposals is their responsibility, not ours. And all the wraparound service. Easier to get those internship hours than they're in school. Chances are they're going to be not in school.
And so, for the people that George already recruited, do they have
That was my
any
question.
interest in media, any background in media?
Yeah, that was my question. Do we know who they are?
Because, a big issue for our success is that we vet the okay, you're interested in media.
Well, and also I'm curious, media, right? So say the students I wanna study business. You can get them maybe a business related something at a media company, or but I think we have to know. For us, I guess that's why you're trying to connect the door.
Let's call that an unknown.
Yeah.
Right for now. Probably not our ideal participants. Or more than depending on the scale. So, but anyway, that's information we can get, from the door very quickly, but we don't know that yet. So, but from a design perspective, so we have dollars to spend, again, I'd like to make this as profitable as possible, but what would it take, we were talking just about class size and maybe additional teaching support, things that we'd have to budget, but to run 21 kids,
Right.
you're going to having to 36 kids, put them together, the times where they could be together, times they could be apart. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
So I think the biggest thing for me would be what would the schedule look like, and how would we do this in tandem, and would we want to put them together? Because I think
As much as
something, but something, because we have a good dynamic with the students we have here, and how do we mitigate any disruption to that program and the dynamic that we already have, bringing these that they may not have any interest, or they may just be in this program, how that shifts the dynamic of the whole.
You guys also have right now, they're doing the production assistant.
Correct.
Right, and I feel I don't know, when does that end? June 1st.
Yeah, June.
So I don't know how seamlessly, maybe you could integrate folks into that when they've already started that
Right.
curriculum.
Yeah.
It would be hard for them to come in month, sessions into, Galana's doing it, we did it for here. Into that, but like the MBS training could be one, because they train a lot of people, where essentially the dates align, they could probably very easily, if they can accommodate that many people.
Yeah, I think it's like
Yeah, then we
at
have to,
capacity.
yeah, then we have to go back and renegotiate.
Yeah.
With them, because,
We have to ask Irene to do a second training.
yeah, cause like, yeah.
There needs to be a second training.
My concern as well is the 90 hours of internship opportunities, is a concern that I have.
Yeah, guys, I think these are like, let's be solution oriented. I mean, you can integrate two groups of kids really thoughtfully within time. You can find times where they can work together. You can create,
These things that may arise, so we can find solutions
Yeah.
to them, you know.
And
I'm like, we can do it for sure, it's just how we go about doing it in the most effective way.
there's spaces within the adjusted network that are very capacity.
I mean, maybe if you choose a different day to have.
Florida's last movie there, they do have
Yeah,
like.
the Saturday program, we have a space here. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what I was gonna say though is, and I know the thought is integrating it, but if it wasn't integrated and these folks, I don't know what their availability is, obviously we don't know, right? But I'm thinking like, they could also be doing something that's like 2 times a week or 3, like something that's a little bit quicker. Your program is really spread out because it has to be Saturdays, and that's drawing out like the hours, but like we could probably more easily bring someone in and just have something that is like consistent for 4 weeks or 5 weeks or whatever, and they'll learn quicker, which would be helpful, and we'll get to know them better, to be helpful to place them, and they can meet their hours of training a little bit quicker. The work readiness classes are set to go. Like a hard cost would be, we could hire a work readiness instructor, and they can start taking those work readiness classes very quickly. And that could be in person, and that's what, 36 hours or something.
Well,
I mean, they don't have to do all of them, but there's
but
like,
to get through at least level 1,
That's
so that's
15.
gonna be like about 13, 14 hours.
Yeah, so we have 15 hours.
Okay, to do all 75 hours is up to 75.
Up to, right, yeah, so, that, I think, probably, and MBS, they like, the illumination, they like doing these.
Oh, yeah.
So they would totally do another one, and that's 2 days, right? So that's a significant amount of hours there, and then you throw in like one more, I don't know, you throw in a set visit, or you throw in something else, you throw in a camera training that the studio does for a day or something like that, right? Like, I feel like.
Maybe another RE.
Yeah, Ari or, so I feel like that is probably.
What career discovery events, field trips, activities could these students be integrated into, double up on some?
What else is
activities
happening?
or-
Besides
They have, besides PA,
And the MBS training.
The RE
besides
and writing.
besides like the physical work, besides the PA work, it's learning about like all aspects of production, like camera, sound, lighting, and then we also have them being PAs for like films that are happening here, like coming to Ruins, being a part of the filmmaking process for like narrative matters. Which is something they could be a part of.
Yeah.
They could do that. I think all of the hands-on stuff that we have incorporated, I think definitely, for sure. It's just like, how do we give these students the same classroom experience that career discovery?
And you guys could do, because I'm familiar with the PA curriculum, right? I helped to do the first iteration of it, and Siobhan's pretty familiar with it too, actually. I do feel like, again, there could be an abridged version of it where it's more of an introduction, right? The first class is very much like,
I
what is
think
a
that's
PA, what do they do?
6-week training.
We ran it as a 6-week training. Yeah, we ran it much shorter, but even if it's not the same thing, I feel like we could take pieces of that, right? So this is what I'm thinking, right? The career discovery training is Saturday, so it is long, right? If these folks started in February and did a series of training and did a series of those same classes, there could be a space where they meet in the middle, where now they've kind of caught days. Now these folks have that, and that could be now just be a bigger production day with a lot more people.
Yeah, I'm concerned.
And that is
about
hard to manage.
I'm concerned about integrating 15 15 kids into any section.
15 is
I'm
a lot.
sorry.
15 is a lot.
It's just, we've done a lot of coordination we have a mock film day happening. So we have a whole AD department coming in.
I don't think you can do anything with the art.
It was hard to coordinate the 22 students on that day, like, so that they can all get PA training on a mock set. It's a 12-hour shoot. Now bringing in 15 more students and
The career lab
We do all of level one, and we have one level 2 class in there. We do different workshops. I mean, you know, our 4 of the days are
site visits we can do as well.
Yeah, we have them working on an independent project about different groups in the media industry.
That's a great one.
Useful.
How many hours is the
5 times. Let's see, it's 5 hours a day, so it's 60 hours.
Career lab is like pretty set.
would you have like instructors also within the readiness? Do you have
Potentially, I mean, there's potentially that, you know, or again, like we asked Jenny to spend 3 hours doing a thing, you know, like we can utilize our those folks. You know, my question is, or I guess my preference would be finding a person that we could hire to do this so that they can also help with the development and coordination of this, right? Because otherwise that divvies up amongst all of us. They may not be able to help us directly with the work experience part of things. Like, if we hire them, they may have connections, but I think like